Hey gaming fans, so today I have another Yu-Gi-Oh deck profile, and this one is the Legendary Exodia Incarnate. Now, I've already made a build on this one, and I said that, I think I should try a bunch of different builds with this guy, because he just seems like a lot of fun to build decks around. So this one is kind of based on the Spellbooks. So let's get to the deck. So obviously we're going to have the 3 Legendary Exodia Incarnate. Now this guy's crazy. I mean, if you can get him out and powered up, your opponent's going to have a hard time trying to stop him. So he cannot be normal summoned or set, and he must be special summoned from your hand by attributing 1 Forbidden 1 monster, and cannot be special summoned by other ways, so you can't Monster Reborn him. This card gains 1,000 attack for each Forbidden 1 monster in your graveyard, and is unaffected by other cards' effects. So that's where he becomes really powerful, because your opponent can't really do much to him. Once per turn during your end phase, you add 1 Forbidden 1 monster from your graveyard to your hand, so he kind of gets weaker at the end of the turn because you have to bounce one of them back to your hand. Then when this card is destroyed by battle and sent to the graveyard, you can reveal any number of Forbidden 1 monsters in your hand, and if you do, draw 1 card for each. So he's got a lot of fun effects. That's why I kind of like building around him. Then obviously you need to play all your Exodia pieces. So you got Exodia, the head, and then all his limbs. I mean, that's just that's obvious. You can't build this deck without it. And it's also your secondary win condition, is that you can potentially get all the pieces into your hand and win the game that way if things aren't going the way you planned it. Then to help get stuff into the graveyard, I put 2 Treasure Pandas. This was the card that I was missing from my first deck build on this deck. So now I have, I'm trying 2 of them right now. I originally had 3 in here, but I thought maybe that might be too many, because once you pull this effect off once, you're probably never going to do it again. So I just thought maybe just 2 for now. Also, there's a way to pull him out. Then, because we're playing Spellbooks, I put 2 Spellbook Magician of Prophecy. So when this card is normal summoned or flipped face up, add 1 Spellbook spell card from your deck to your hand. So pretty straightforward, and he's a spellcaster, because you need spellcasters in this deck. Then I put in 1 Jester Convent. I think I had him in my other build as well. He's just a free spellcaster special summon, so he could come in handy. Then I put in 3 Summoner Monks, because, again, they're spellcasters, and they're going to hopefully be able to grab you your Treasure Panda when you need them. So turn 1, if you have your Summoner Monk, you might be able to, activate them, discard a spell card, bring out your Treasure Panda, and then you can start, using Treasure Panda's effect, and hopefully you might have used a spell or 2 as well. And then 2 Witch of the Black Forest. Again, spellcaster, plus they can search out pretty much, I think, most of the stuff you'd want to search out in this deck, because it searches out 1,500 or less defense. So it can't grab the Treasure Pandas because they're 2,000 defense, but it can grab any of your Exodia pieces. It can grab your Legendary Exodia Incarnate, because he's got 0 defense. It can grab your Spellbook guys. So pretty much everything. You cannot grab the Summoner Monks. That's about it. And then rounding up the last monster, some more spellcasters, the Mathematicians, because they're going to get your head of Exodia into the graveyard. And again, they're a spellcaster, and if you just leave it on the field and your opponent attacks it, you get to draw a card. So that's always nice to be able to draw a card in a deck like this. I mean, you do need draw power. So that's it for the monster lineup. Pretty heavy on monsters on this build. And we'll get to the spells. Let's put that there. So, first and foremost, Upstart Goblin. Just to thin your, the deck out, make it a 39 card deck. Same with 1 day of peace. We'll also keep you alive for a turn, so that's always good. Monster Reborn, in case you need to bring back anything important. Even if you have to bring back an Exodia piece, just to send it to the graveyard. Instant Fusion, well, that'll be explained later. Wonder Wand, so I play 2 Wonder Wand. So you can pretty much, once you use up your cards, like, or summon a Magician, or Witch of the Black Forest, I should say, and send it to the graveyard with the Wonder Wand, you'll get to search out a card and draw 2 cards. Or you could use it on Monk or Jester Confit, which is, you know, the good thing because he special summons himself, so you could special summon him and use the Wonder Wand just to draw 2 cards. Then for the spellbooks, I play 3 of the secrets because they're the searcher. You only play 1 per turn, but you usually search out the card you need anyways. 2 Spellbook of Knowledge. So you send to the graveyard 1 spellcaster monster you control or 1 other spellbook card from your hand to draw 2 cards. So it's a pretty good card, and you know you're probably going to search this out with your Spellbook of Secrets. But also I'm playing 2 Spellbook of Life, which is like your Monster Reborn of the deck, but it's the Spellbook version. Because you know the Spellbook of Knowledge, you can discard a Spellbook card instead of sending a Spellcaster. So if you don't need these, you could just send it to the graveyard with that, and then it reborns a monster. And then we got 1 Spellbook of Power. I figure, you know, at least have something that, you know, you might need to run over a monster or 2 at some point in the game. So Mathematician can go up to like 2,500. Witch of the Black Forest, 2,100. You know, so at least give it a little bit of power boost. And then if you do run over a monster, you get to search your deck for a Spellbook card. So, you know, grab whatever you need. And then the last spell card I just decided on was a Dark Hole. Just in case. I mean, sometimes your opponent could build up a heavy, you know, huge board, and maybe this will help get rid of it. Also, maybe if you have summoned a Witch of the Black Forest, you can blow her up in the process and get your search off. So that's it for the spells. Now on to the traps. We don't play a lot of traps. We play Obliterate, which is made for this deck, obviously. You could target 1 monster on the field, send 1 Forbidden 1 monster or Exodia card in your hand or deck to the graveyard, and if you do, return that target to the hand. So this is going to keep you alive because it's going to bounce monsters. And if this card is sent from the spell and trap zone to the graveyard, you can target 1 Forbidden 1 monster or Exodia card in your graveyard and add that to your hand. So, you know, it can help you kind of win with Exodia. And then for the last trap, I put 3 Solemn Strikes just to, you know, stop any of your opponent's shenanigans. If they try to hand trap or something like that, and, you know, you can Solemn Strike it. Or if they try and summon a monster that's going to kill you, maybe you can strike it. So that was my thought there. I mean, originally I did have Threatening Roar, but I figure you want to try and get rid of your opponent's monsters too. You don't want to always just let them have their monsters on the field. So for the extra deck, I was just kind of coming up with stuff that might help in this deck. So like Salomon Great, Almirage. You normal summon this. It's link summoned by 1 normal summon monsters. So I figure, you know, there's a lot of cards you might want to just send to the graveyard with this. And, you know, unfortunately, it doesn't fit with this one. Oh, no, it does, because you normal summon. No, it's not 1,000. So, I mean, there's a few options there. Then we have Link Karabo, Link Spider, Triple Burst Dragon, Power Toad Talker, our 2 instant fusion targets. And then this one's an interesting choice. He's basically 2 level 1 monsters, so your Exodia pieces. And then it's unaffected by other card effects. And then you can detach 2 materials from this card to pretty much make him survive 1 turn. So that's going to help you there. So we got Levier Dragon, Gagaga Cowboy, Abyss Dweller, Diagustal Emerald, 101 Arc, and Castel. I mean, just stuff that you can pull out and help you out. Anyways, let me know what you think. Hope you like the deck. Hope you subscribe. Talk to you later.